Hello, ladies, and welcome back to the In Her Image podcast. I am your host, Andrea John, and I am so glad that you are here. Maybe this is your first time here. Well, welcome. We are so glad to have you with us during this conversation. We've been walking through some foundational truths in this season. In episode 1, we talked about why In Her Image matters. That's a book devotional that is launching in December. And last week in episode 2, we dug into identity, who God says you are and how that shapes everything. Today, I want to talk about something that flows right out of identity, and that is purpose. Identity, purpose, and destiny are the messages of my life. You've probably heard the question before, what's my purpose? Why am I here? Maybe you've asked yourself those questions. It's one of the deepest longings of the human heart. But here's the thing. Purpose isn't just about what you do. It's about who God created you to be. Psalm 139 says, "You created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made." That verse reminds us, God's design was intentional. You weren't an accident. Every detail of your personality, your gifts, your passion, it all reflects His creativity. The Proverbs 31 woman shows us a life of purpose, but not because she was trying to prove herself. It's because she lived out who God made her to be, right where she was. Purpose looks different for every single one of us, but it always starts with design. So let me share something about my own life, because there was a season in my life where I kept asking God, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, what am I called for? Why am I here? I was caught up in the idea that purpose was this one big thing that I had to figure out, almost like a job description. But over time, God showed me that it wasn't about striving for this one, in quotes, perfect assignment. It's about living each day in alignment with who He made me to be. Boy, did that take the pressure off. When I finally shifted my perspective, I realized that purpose wasn't out there somewhere, waiting for me to chase it down, because I feel like that's how so many of us live. Like, we're trying to chase down this elusive purpose, right? This elusive calling, this bigger, grander thing. But it was already woven in my design. It was in the way that I loved my husband and my kids, the way I showed up for people, the way I leaned into creativity and storytelling, the way I went and shared the gospel, read the Bible, studied it, and shared it with others. And that's true for you too. So let me ask you, what are the things that light you up inside? What moments make you feel like you were born for this? It gives you an exhilaration for life. I want you to think about a moment or a day or in an event where you just felt alive and so filled with purpose in that moment. Those are often glimpses of the way God designed you to live with purpose. And purpose doesn't always mean big and flashy moments. Sometimes it's simply showing up with faithfulness every day. The conversations that you have with your family around the table, the encouragement that you give to a friend, the way you serve at work or in your community, the gym you go to and the camaraderie that comes with that. Purpose shows up when your design meets your daily life. It's right there. It's already with you. Here's your reflection for this week. Take some time to write down 3 things about yourself that you know reflect God's design in you. Maybe it's compassion, creativity, leadership, perseverance, patience, love, whatever comes to mind. I want you to write down those 3 things. Then ask God, how can I live these out better today? You might be surprised at how he shows you your purpose in the ordinary. And as always, just a reminder, you don't have to walk this out alone. We have a private Facebook group filled with women who are in the same journey as you are. Women who are seeking to discover their identity, they're living on purpose, and they're cheering each other on. I'll put the link in the show notes so you can join us there. And don't forget, the In Her Image devotional is launching on December 1st. But right now, during the month of October 2025, you can get a 20% discount if you order during the pre-order phase. Just enter pre-order 20 in the promo code section. In Her Image is a 31-day devotional journey through Proverbs 31, and each day we focus on a character trait, and it has a scripture, a reflection, and a space for you to journal. I really created it as a beautiful experience that you can have. It's beautiful, it's in color, and it's so feminine, and I just hope that you enjoy the experience that I've tried to develop through this book. Thank you so much for joining me today. Next week, we're going to talk about strength for the everyday, because living with purpose is not always easy. And I have a feeling that you know that. But God gives us the strength that we need. Until then, remember this: you are made in His image, on purpose, with purpose. And that truth changes everything.